Hello and welcome to Susu's Kindergarten Videos. Today I wanted to share with you my Thanksgiving cactus. Now this has bloomed right on time for Thanksgiving this year, and I wanted to share this with you because many people will call this a Christmas cactus, but you can tell the difference between a Thanksgiving and a Christmas cactus because the Thanksgiving cactus has pointy segments on the leaves here. And a Christmas cactus is much more rounded. And there's also an Easter cactus that has little scalloped edges along each segment. But this is definitely a Thanksgiving cactus that I received several years ago from a coworker. And it wasn't nearly this large. It was in a much smaller pot, and I potted it into about a 12-inch clay pot. And it has grown and grown every year that I've had it. And it's bloomed like this several years in a row. And normally I have this out on the porch in the spring and summer where it can get some high humidity and grow and really be in an environment that it's more accustomed to, because this is actually a tropical plant that grows natively in Brazil. It's not technically a cactus like you would think of in the desert, so it does need more water than a typical cactus would. But this grows naturally in Brazil, and you can see here how beautifully delicate the flowers are, and you can see clearly here the reproductive parts on the flower. The pistil is here at the tip. It's pink, and underneath is the stamens that we've talked about in many of our other videos. And on the end of the filaments, the white filaments here, is the pollen. That's where the pollen is, and that will reach up in a native environment, in its natural environment, and the insects, the pollinators that they have in Brazil, would get the pollen all over their bodies and then rub against the pistil and pollinate so that it could produce seeds to reproduce. Now, if you wanted to reproduce this plant yourself, if I wanted to give cuttings to someone, I would just take 3 or 4 of these segments and just snip it off with a pair of scissors, and then you would just stick that down into some potting soil and it would root fairly easily. These are pretty hardy plants. They're very easy to grow and take care of. You just don't want to get them too wet, and you don't want to keep them too dry either. Now, what initiates the blooming, the budding stage, is when the days start to get shorter, the daylight hours. That induces the plant to start to produce the buds. And this was still just had very tiny buds outside while it was still sitting on my porch. And as soon as I brought it in, the buds really started to swell because the temperature was warmer in the house than it was outside. But it really is a magnificent specimen, and I thought I would share it with you. And it's really a fun plant to have so that you have something blooming around the holiday season. And this will stay in bloom probably through the Christmas holiday. I think that's why people get the impression that it is the Christmas cactus. But as we talked about, this is definitely a Thanksgiving cactus. And it comes in a variety of colors, whites, different shades of pink, almost to red shades. I once had a gold Thanksgiving cactus, and I mean it was truly gold, and I've really looked for gold cactuses like that, but I have been unable to find any. But I really do enjoy this Thanksgiving cactus throughout the holiday season, and I thought you would enjoy it, and maybe you would be interested in getting one at your local garden shop, because you really are going to start seeing those in the stores right now because of the holiday season. Hope you enjoyed my Thanksgiving cactus, and I hope you all ate plenty of turkey this year. Over and out from Susie's Garden. Love you.